And we got a flood watch going ahead of the rainstorm coming up today, tomorrow. Some heavy stuff expected later on. We'll let you know when this rain is going to get here, and we'll talk about a drop in temperatures.
The commander-in-chief is now looking to make good on threats to take actions against left-wing groups. Which organization he plans to target first, and why doing so may be difficult.
Democrats are presenting a counteroffer to keep the government funded as the shutdown nears. What provisions they want added to proposed legislation and how House GOP members are responding.
For the first time since December, the Federal Reserve is lowering interest rates. Hear what Chair Jerome Powell says led to the decision and what he warned could happen if prices shoot up.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
All right, we begin this hour on this Thursday morning with a live look at the silhouette of Half Dome, and wow, well, isn't that a gorgeous sky? Okay, yeah, there are some clouds there, but we can still see the stars and that glorious moon. Wow, beautiful start to what will be somewhat of an eventful day. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kim Stevens.
I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for starting your day with us. Yeah, it looks great up there now, but we've got incoming, and the rain's going to start picking up. Probably not until later today. South Valley will probably get going a little sooner, later this afternoon here, but then tonight, overnight, things are going to get really heavy out there. So we've got some warnings in effect for it, and we'll break all that down coming up. But let's get the day started for you right now and show you what's going on. Yeah, no rain just yet here. It's all to the south right now. Southern California really getting impacted at the moment, and we'll feel the brunt of the remnants of Tropical Storm Mario here later on today. But in the meantime, your current conditions look like this. We are at 74 degrees right now. Northwest winds at 5 miles an hour. Of course, it is cloudy out there. Dew points at 52, and the rest of the day. Check it out here. At 10 a.m., it's going to be 80. At noon, 8. No, that's a little off there. We're a little behind on that one. 84 degrees is going to be our high in Fresno today. All right, coming up in just a bit here, we'll talk about this next weather maker that's going to be bringing us quite a bit of rain.
New this morning, President Trump says he is moving forward with plans to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization. He made that announcement in a post on social media, further describing Antifa as a, quote, sick, dangerous, radical left disaster. Antifa is short for anti-fascist, by the way. The president went on to threaten those investigations He threatened investigations into those who fund Antifa. It's unclear how he plans to do that, since Antifa is a loosely organized activist movement with no distinct structure or leader. The president signaled the move earlier this week in remarks about the death of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk.
Because of heightened emotional temperature surrounding Kirk's assassination, Republican Congressman James Comer is inviting the heads of various online platforms to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Comer is that committee's chair. He says that hearing will take place next month. It'll focus on what he calls the radicalization of online forum users. Those invited include the CEOs of Reddit, Twitch, and Stream, as well as Discord, which Utah authorities have highlighted in their investigation into the accused shooter, Tyler Robinson.
Now, officials who were there during the arrest of Robinson are now revealing details about that moment.
He was going to get caught. He didn't want a big SWAT team hitting his parents' house or his apartment. He was truly fearful of being shot by law enforcement. So that the conditions were as relaxed and comfortable and almost to the point of, inviting.
That was Washington County Sheriff Nate Brooksby speaking on the arrest of Tyler Robinson. The 22-year-old turned himself in a week ago. Brooksby adds that his office was only involved with the arrest and not the investigation. Robinson made a brief online court appearance on Tuesday and is now facing aggravated murder, firearm, and obstruction charges.
Today marks the second day back on campus for students at Utah Valley University following Kirk's killing last week. The university is offering counseling support services to students. The university's president calls last Wednesday a grievous day for the campus.
Organically, people have written with chalk or drawn the path of roses today to the entrance of the building. I think that says a lot about how people can react to something so tragic.
A vigil for unity is scheduled on campus tomorrow.
Fresno State's Turning Point USA chapter is the latest organization to honor Charlie Kirk.
Goodness is running after, it's running after me with my life.
The group held a vigil last night at the amphitheater. The event featured speakers, prayers, candles, and flags that the community gathered to pay tribute. Several Valley leaders spoke on behalf of Kirk's life and legacy.
Charlie Kirk spoke truth. He didn't just speak it to power. He spoke it to anyone within the sound of his microphone and sound system. There is only one truth, and it is truth worth giving your life up like Charlie did.
We must honor Charlie's sacrifice by refusing to be intimidated by the liberal media and extremists who hate our conservative beliefs. We cannot allow the forces of division and lawlessness to silence our voices or erase our values. Now more than ever, we must speak louder, stand firmer, and defend the truths Charlie dedicated his life to advancing.
It's the part that breaks my heart. And how he's been demonized. And how people wanted to call him a Nazi. They wanted to refer to him as a fascist individual, that he was described as that. Well, I don't remember Hitler going on college campuses and saying, debate my ideas. I don't remember Mussolini walking up to people and saying, what do you think? This is my stance. This is my opinion. Here's a microphone. They advocated for violence. Charlie advocated for your freedom to express yourself, regardless of how you feel.
Assemblymember Tangipa pointed out that Kirk was expected to be in Bakersfield this November. He went on to say that Kirk's supporters will continue to honor him, and he encouraged people to be bold, have faith, love your country, and stand for freedom.
All right, it's 5:06 now. All right, so let's get to what's going on here. Yeah, we do have an alert for you going today. Flood watch in effect until tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. We're expecting some heavy rain here to come in later today and last us at least through the middle of the day tomorrow here. These are the impacted counties by that flood watch here: Mariposa, Eastern Madera County, Fresno, Kings, Tulare, Kern County, San Luis Obispo County. All of us in for a flood watch until 5 o'clock tomorrow here. All right, so you can kind of see what's happening here. That high pressure that got us up to 99 yesterday, out of the way. Low pressure now taking over, and it's boosting the remnants of Tropical Storm Mauro into the state here. As you can see here, parts of San Diego County, LA, getting some really heavy rain today, and that will likely push north and impact some of the southern parts of the valley later on today. So let's track it here for you and show you what is going on. So by this afternoon, early this afternoon, you can kind of see there some heavy stuff falling down there in the desert regions in Southern California. And then we get to this afternoon, about 5 o'clock here, we start to see some impacts with some light rain in the South Valley there, with some heavier stuff falling down in Kern County at that time. And then we get to later on tonight here, and then things really start to get heavy in the South Valley. Overnight, you can kind of see how things start pushing over here. We got a really strong part of this storm here, really going to start pushing through the South Valley just after midnight there, and that will continue on overnight. Some heavy rain there overnight. There we're looking up to a ½ inch. I'll show you some totals here in a second here. But the mountains, Sierra Nevada, really going to get some heavy stuff going on there. Going to be some excessive runoff. We're looking at just a lot of rain in a little bit of time, and that's what's going to create a flood watch out there for us. Some areas could be rather dangerous, so we need to keep an eye on that here for you. Friday morning, a lot of us waking up to rain there, and then after that, middle of the day, latter parts of the morning, things start to break up, and most of the system will be relegated to the foothills and mountains there, kind of wrapping really all the way around up in the higher elevations there for us from the western hills up into the mountains. Got another round of moisture there for you in the higher elevations there Saturday, about in the latter parts of the day. And then another round Sunday, just light stuff each of those days here. we're keeping an eye on yet another storm that could be working our direction early next week here by 9 o'clock there Monday morning. It looks like it's just going to traipse along the California coastline and bring some heavy stuff to those coastal regions there, really from the Central Coast all the way up into the Bay Area there. But then we get throughout the day, and then it kind of wraps around, and then we get some heavy stuff in the North Valley and up in the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada mountains. But as far as today and tomorrow, well, things are going to be very heavy at times for us, more than likely overnight. Check out these expected rain totals here. Up to 1/4 of an inch in Merced there. Los Banos could see up to 1/2 inch, up to 3/4 of an inch expected in parts of Madera County. That would be in the eastern portions there. About 1/2 inch expected in Oakhurst there. Fresno 1/2 inch. Lemoore could be about 3/4 of an inch there when it's all said and done. About 1/2 to 1/4 in parts of the South Valley. Look at Shaver Lake. 2 inches of rain expected up at Shaver Lake today. You got about 1/2 inch everywhere else in the mountains. Now, the other thing is we got thunder and lightning coming right along with this. So things are going to be very erratic at times, very windy up in those higher elevations as well. And again, we are getting a lot of rain in a little bit of time. All right, so here are the conditions for us as we start heading into the weekend here. Our high today and tomorrow is going to be 84, below normal, but of course we're dealing with this thunderstorm. It's a 40% chance overall today, but increasing as the day goes on. Tomorrow, it's a 70% chance, and that's likely going to be in the morning hours when we see it. All that gets out of here, and then Saturday, it should be plenty of sunshine out there for us, about 90 degrees for you. So those of you planning to go to the Greek Fest this weekend, should be good to go Friday evening and Saturday, so wouldn't panic too much about that. Things should be just fine for that. And wind speeds won't pick up again after this storm is done. Saturday should be just about 5 miles an hour. Up next, we're going to take a look at those highs and lows across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley for your Thursday.
The Trump administration is reinstating a more difficult version of the citizenship test. Hear why immigrant advocates are calling this change unnecessary. Jimmy Kimmel's Late Show is suspended indefinitely. What the chair of the FCC says led to the decision to pull the show from air. Plus why this is facing backlash. Live look now in Las Vegas. Yeah, they could get a little bit of moisture as well. It's 5:11 right now and 79 degrees in Vegas. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.